up, everyone? It's Friday, January 27th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. So, back in the groove today, fortunately, getting my time management locked up and just making it happen, guys. Just relaxing, but also, enjoying the process, but also just like time management, man, it's so big. Like, if I'm hitting the limit of where I'm supposed to be in the day, then I'm just stopping whatever I'm doing and then I'm moving on to the next thing. And it's a difficult habit to cultivate initially, but it gets the job done, guys. Really gets the job done. Because if you have a great plan and you can't execute it and you can't stick to it, good luck. Um, so anyway, today's going to be a good day. Going to hit some online classes. Going to hit some guitar work, do some review, and then get into working on some original tunes, finishing out the EP from last year. My goal right now is just get those tracks done, whether I release them or not, just as an exercise, really, and just try to make them as fresh and awesome and vibey as I possibly can. And what more can we do? And then I'll just move on and just try to make better and better stuff. So why don't we get right into it? Here we go. All right, finally joined the Musicism class that that I've been wanting to join for a long time online. It's a British-based site that has guitar lessons and singing lessons on it, and I originally got interested in it because the guitar instructor, Rabia Masad, is a really great guitar player who plays in a band I really like called Dorje, which is a British band fronted by Rob Chapman of Chapman Guitars, and just phenomenal playing, great writing, and just really cool like nods to these great classic rock sounds and moments, but they really update it in a super fresh and awesome way for the modern day, and they're just killing it on the music front, man. Really awesome stuff, and they do all their stuff in house, which I think is really cool. Um, yeah, so I mean, I kind of got into that coming from a place where, with my previous teacher, he was great, and I've definitely improved a lot under his tutelage. But at the same time, I just couldn't help but think, like, why am I learning from someone who isn't successful at what I want to do? Like, he's a successful teacher, but that's only one aspect of what I want to do musically. Like, if I want to be a successful performer, shouldn't I learn from successful performers? I mean, it's sort of like a very basic logic, but the analog would be like, who would you rather take financial advice from? A billionaire or like a homeless guy? I mean, of course, the the argument could be made both ways, that both could give great advice on that stuff, but at the same time, if your goal is to emulate the lifestyle or success rate of a certain person, like, you should probably seek out advice from those people, right? And I really like Rabia's playing, and so I think, when people give advice, they tend to give advice about how to become more like them. And so I kind of am going through a phase right now where I'm trying to take advice from people who I want to emulate and not take as much advice from people who I don't care about their results or I don't want their results. And of course there's limits to that, but something I'm exploring. So just kicking off the course with the intro video where he's talking about the different components of the guitar, and it seems like the course is mostly aimed at beginner to intermediate level players, but there's also some advanced stuff. But one thing I've found growing in my own playing is, like, going back to the basics is just always helpful. You always see things from a different point of view. And even like 1 minute into the first video or 30 seconds into the first video, he mentioned something offhand about the body of the guitar, where he's just talking about the parts of guitar that the body and the neck are usually made of different materials, and that prompted a question where I was like, huh, why is that? I wonder why that is. And so I just did a quick web search and read a couple articles. You saw me doing that, and sort of opened this whole new world where like I obviously understood that different tone woods had different qualities, but like why are the neck and body different? And I didn't get like a straightforward answer to that, but based on what I saw, different woods have different sonic properties, and so some of those properties are more suited to the neck part of the instrument, where you're coming in contact not only with the hands a lot, but also the strings. And then, of course, you have the resonant part of the guitar, which, if that has different sonic properties, then that will shape the tone. So, it seems so obvious in retrospect, like different woods have different tonal properties, and so you can combine those different woods to get like a different mix and different sonic possibilities. So, like, you can have the warmth and like smooth, mids and low mids and smooth highs of mahogany, like my guitar does, even in a relatively thin body, and still get a lot of good warmth from the sound. And then when you have the maple neck, that adds some brightness to the sound, which kind of makes the highs cut a little bit more, which is obviously great for heavy music. And then you have the rosewood inlay in the back of the neck and the rosewood fretboard, which is better for finger contact, because rosewood is naturally more oily, and also it has a sound that's closer to the fundamental of the note, because the rosewood's oily properties absorb some of the overtones, which I thought was really, really interesting. So that makes a lot of sense why I like the sound of my guitar so much, and it has a phenomenal clean sound. And of course, when you crank up the distortion, the properties of the woods, I think, as far as I know, become a little bit less noticeable and transparent, although I'm not sure about that 100%. But I'm just trying to understand more and learn more about and learning more about the basics, like I've talked about with my music technology class. It just expands the way that you think about everything else. So I'm having fun. I'm really, really excited about that. And frankly, I was just feeling a little bit fed up working on Autumn Leaves to death over the last few months. And I've analyzed that song so much, that tune, I guess I should say. And I'm going to keep going, but today I just felt like, no, I'm not doing that right now. So I'll come back to that soon. But yeah, it's fun to mix it up, fun to start something new, get fresh perspectives on my playing, and I think that's really valuable for me right now, especially given what I was talking about the last couple days, was sort of just feeling like I didn't have the momentum that I wanted musically. So it's good. It's really good. So wanted to explain that a little bit. Right now I'm going to just take a short break and have a little snack, and then get into some production work.